Hello Exiles, this is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming and welcome to another Path of Exile video. In today's video I'm going to go over a gold making strategy you can use, pretty low barrier of entry, anyone can do it. All it really requires is Kirac missions, and if you have a lot built up, you can utilize this to get a decent amount of gold relatively quickly at pretty low entry cost. And if you don't, and want to get into this anyway, you can just get some idols with the chance for to grant an additional Kirac mission on completion. These go up to 8%. You can get up to 8 of them on your board at any given time, so you can get 64% plus the base chance, which is I think maybe like 5%, something like that. So you could get up to 69%, nice, give or take, to get a Kirac mission. Then all you have to do is do a quick map like Mesa, City Square, Atoll, anything where you can get to the boss extremely quickly. Beach is another example. And just rush the boss, kill it. You don't have to do any scarabs or anything for that. Just do that a few times, get a bunch of missions built up, and you're ready to go. So what we're looking to do, two things. Whenever you complete a mission, it'll reset the inventory here, and you'll be looking for two things. First of all, you'll want to buy the stack of 20 cartographer's chisels for 8 chaos, because you can sell them on the market currently for about 13 chaos per 20, if I recall. So you're mitigating your cost and potentially making a decent amount of profit that way. So for instance, if I wanted to sell some cartographer's chisels for each 20, currently 16, even better. So you're basically doubling your money there, and that makes it so that the next step, your pure profit. So each about maybe 1 in 3 times, some maybe give or take, it seems about a 33% chance, there will be a map in here with the modifier. This map's modifiers to quantity of items found also apply to rarity. This is a special Kirac one. Unfortunately, you can't look by modifier. I tried searching in the bar for Kirac, but if you just type in modifier, it'll show up highlighted and you can find it that way, but it's usually towards the end. Sometimes it'll have lower level ones as well, especially, you know, if your Atlas is lower, you can definitely find lower level ones, but usually they'll be tier 16s or 15s, somewhere a higher level one there. So you just simply get that. And the important thing is I'm going to put a playlist in the description below explaining how gold drops work, because I explained that, I kind of dove into that and explored it a lot at the beginning of Settlers League, and I have several videos on that going very deep into detail. However, the too long didn't watch version, if you wanted a simple explanation, monsters drop things, there's a chance that everything they drop is converted into gold, essentially. And depending on various factors like item level, rarity, and the modifiers on the item, the gold cost will be decided, and you'll get an appropriate amount of gold based on that. That doesn't affect things too much, except for the higher level you're farming, and the more mods are available, the better, the higher level map. However, you can get a lot of gold. I got over 100,000 gold in a tier 1 map in Settlers of Calgar, and I did this a bunch of times. I've gotten up to like 140,000 gold in a white map on a magic find character, because if you scale your quantity and rarity high enough, the modifiers don't matter as much as just the pure amount of items dropped. So keeping that in mind, rarity, you want the rarity to be high enough to convert most of the items to rares, and if not all, if possible, all rares and uniques. I don't have any rarity on my gear currently. I could lose some chaos resistance to put on a ring. In fact, maybe I will do that. It's only 19%, and I lose 10% chaos res for doing it, but that's okay. We'll do it just for this. So your player rarity is multiplied by the map rarity, which is then multiplied by 2 other factors, the monsters innate rarity and quantity. This is all true for quantity as well, which are rare monsters and magic monsters get bonuses with their quantity and rarity, as well as, and then they'll get additions to that bonus based on how many modifiers they have on them, which is why we use Horned Scarab of Nemesis. And then delirium For every 20% delirium, you'll get a 20% multi-tier rarity and a 10% multi-tier quantity. So if you run 20% delirious map like this one here, you will get 20% rarity and 10% quantity, multiplying all of those other multipliers. So it's like adding another support gem basically to your item find. And the more delirium you add, the better. You can just throw cheap ones on there like the armor smith. I think those are relatively cheap, not really sure. I have self-sustained delirium orbs so hard this league that I use them constantly and still have plenty left, never had to buy any. But so I'll just do this map as an example. The best strategy for this is going to be one where you are heavily optimized into strong boxes and modifier effect. But I do not have the combination of the two. So what I have set up here is a lot of explicit modifiers and then a bunch of stuff that gives quantity, rarity, or pack size if you are affected by Fortune Favors the Brave. So I have a ton of that kind of stuff. And then I also have things like Beyond and that kind of thing, and just a lot of random stuff. But the real focus here, and some chance to find Eater of World Altars as well. But the real focus here is just getting as much pack size, quantity, and rarity as possible. If you have good stuff like this with the 5% effective explicit modifiers on your map per 5% map quality, or this 3% effective explicit modifiers on your map per explicit modifier, these kinds of things, along with additional strong boxes, then going strong boxes, and especially chance to open the strong box again, having those on your idols, and also using the Scarab for that with probably 3 ambush Scarabs and then Horned Scarab of Nemesis, and then roll for either Stream of Monsters, which is preferred because you get magic packs and rare packs from that, otherwise guarded by 3 monsters, and you can take guarded by magic monsters, but I would only do that if it had another beneficial one like Scarabs as well on top of that, to kind of, make some currency while you're at it. But for this strategy, we're doing a simpler one. It's going to be Horned Scarab of Nemesis, Monstrous Lineage, Influencing Scarab of Hordes, Influencing Scarab of the Elder. You can also do Shaper. Elder's a bit more consistent with the gold drop. The 2 out of the 3 outcomes will increase your gold drop a lot more, whereas with Shaper, you have one like super jackpot outcome, which is the one where every pack of monsters has a little Shaper ball that comes out, and then it'll, when it collides with your character model, it'll open up, and there will be either a magic or rare pack in it every single time. So that basically more than doubles your gold for the map, almost triples, because it'll come out of just regular white packs as well. So that's the Shaper one's probably better overall in terms of you can get really crazy maps and gold find wise, but the Elder's a little bit more consistent. And then Hunted Traders. You can not use Hunted Traders here. I'm not even sure that Hunted Traders works. Things I know that do work: Essence Scarab. Essence Scarab will work. Shrines. Shrines will give you packs. This is even better if you have the guaranteed chance for shrines to be guarded by an additional magic pack. Same with the strong boxes, if you have an additional chance for that. Other thing you can do, you can use Wisps. Wisps are pretty expensive right now, so I think I'll just go with the rather inexpensive choice for the demonstration and throw on a couple of extra essences, and we will call that good. So I just have to go Fortune Favors the Brave, and I will click this, and I'm at 0 gold currently, and I'm just going to do a demo. And through this demo, I will show you that you get quite a lot of gold. I've been averaging around 600k per hour when I'm actually blasting. I have a hard time playing and blasting, or talking and blasting at the same time. So I'm gonna play this one quite a bit slower. We'll see how it works out. So I was just under the 10-minute mark on my recording. You can already see that was a pack that came up from delirium, so you're not going to get a lot of gold from that, but the rares that spawn naturally on the map are going to be quite good. You want to get as many quantity and rarity altars as you can, as long as they don't break your build. You get a lot of uniques through this, which all turn into dust. I average probably pretty close to 200,000 dust per map. just in, you know, kind of mid-tier unique drops. Sometimes you'll get ones that dust for about that just by themselves as well, and occasionally you'll get kind of a bad tier 0 unique, like a Beano's kitchen knife or something that people don't really use, and that'll dust for 1,000,000 dust. Soul Taker, people might use Soul Taker. I know some people early in the league will combine that with Heart Seeker in order to make Kingmaker. It's a very powerful early league item, but I think we're past that stage, so Soul Taker is probably something you would also dust. Obviously, there's a lot of tier 0 uniques you don't dust. Because I'm using the armor one, I get some like occasional synthesized items. That's bad. So I'll take a look at those. Probably shouldn't be picking up too much. Actually, I'll just loot the map when I'm done. I'll just blast through. We're going to show the gold. So I'll pick up like currency and stuff that I don't have to look at or sort. But everything else I will just kind of skip. So we're looking at quantity shrines. Other mechanics like Expedition, Breach, Abyss are not going to yield a lot of gold. I do kind of like doing Expedition anyway sometimes, just because even though it doesn't drop a lot of gold, you do end up getting like sometimes, because they can have pack size, quantity, and rarity from the remnants. So for instance, this is quantity of items dropped, and you can get sometimes pack size right here too, and I can get both of them at once. Runic monsters get additional currency drops, so I get that. And I guess if I was paying a little more attention, I could plan that all out. Artifacts, talisman. Okay, so now I just try to get as many runic monster markers as possible, and I should be able to benefit from those mods that I got. So I think this is about as good as I'm gonna get. Make double check. Yep, nothing too scary. It's just some extra pack size and quantity. So you're gonna get some gold from this, but it'll be less than what you'll get from the regular map. If you get enough of those quantity and rarity and pack size altars, you'll actually get a pretty comparable amount to what you would get on the map, even though they have basically a negative modifier to their gold drop. Because once you get a high enough quantity and rarity and pack size, it simply doesn't matter. Enough multipliers of a small number is going to still turn out to be a pretty big number. That's how it works. I'll take a look at the burial idol. Exarch altar, maybe I recombine that with something. Actually, is it over 50%? It is. Okay, so I'll pick that up to recombinate with something potentially. Take the coinage, take the amulet. Alright, moving on. Take the small things. Beyond demons, I didn't see anything else good there. Actually, I'll just loot the idols too. But yeah, you can see those big magic packs drop a huge amount of gold. I'm already at 17k, kinda maybe halfway through the map-ish. Look for more quantity altars, no dice. I'll just leave those altars there on the off chance that I get a divine altar, of course. Always leave backup altars unless it's something you actually want to farm for at the time. Because nothing feels worse than having the last altar of the map be a divine altar, and then you get like 1 or 2 divines off it when you could have gotten, you know, half a dozen or a dozen. Feels bad. I've had it happen once or twice, so I don't make that mistake anymore. Alright. Get some nice juicy magic packs here. Yeah, doing the expedition took, you know, about a minute, added about a minute or so to my time on the map, but I just wanted to demonstrate how it does not give a ton of gold. But like I said, there is potential if you're optimized into Expedition and you're just getting like these huge quantity and rarity and pack size remnants all stacked together, you could potentially get quite a lot of gold still from it. Okay, the boss, I'm not optimized for unique monsters, so I'm not going to get a ton of gold from the boss. I get more from typical rares. This actually usually has some magic and rare monsters that come out of these. We'll take the chance to the basic currency divination card. Unfortunately, it seems like I'm mostly so far getting normal packs, which are not going to drop a lot of gold. Yeah, getting a little unlucky with my spawns out of the cages here. Some boss rooms will have just a ton of extra stuff in them. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the map. 27k-ish. Took me 7 minutes, give or take. Expedition probably would have taken me 6 minutes. So looking about 10 of those per hour. So yeah, not the best example on this one. Like I said, I think the map layout, it's going to depend on which map you get. Some maps are going to have much better density. Sometimes you're going to get a little bit lucky with the spawn, but still a decent amount for time spent, not too bad. You can get a lot more with this strategy for sure. All right, and that's pretty much all. So that's everything I wanted to show you. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I'll see you next time. Bye.